friends, and welcome back to Stitch Happens Malta. I'm Bernadette and this is Stitch Happens Malta. I already said that. Why am I repeating myself? This is my third attempt on doing this video, but words are not coming to me this morning. This is FlossTube number 6 and it's the 1st of June. Here we are. And well, I don't have a lot of progress on a lot of my kits or projects, whatever you call them. I'm clearly lost for words this morning. It's okay. But I do have some exciting starts. So today what I'm going to be showing you are some of my progress on a few of the whips I have, and also some exciting starts. So before I start, how are you? How have you been? How was the month of May? I know many of you have been doing the what are they called? The mandala May and some other fancy names for me, which meant many of you have been stitching a lot of projects and literally going for it in the month of May. I have done a lot of stitching during this month, however, it was only on a particular project. I will let you know soon, because I got very excited about this one. But anyway, let's proceed, shall we? So the first one I'm going to show you is I'll be looking at my notes because, yeah, I don't remember things. So this is the Rainbow Temperature by Vivian Powers, which you find her shop on Etsy. And this is basically recording every day of the year in temperature, and I've fallen way behind. That's okay, we'll catch up eventually. This is stitched on beige Ida and it's on 14 count, and this is where I am at. As you can see, I have done up to mid-April. I've fallen back. And to be fair, it's going to be exciting from this point forward because colors will be coming into the reds, the yellow and red zone, because it's getting very warm here. I am in Malta, which is literally in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, and the temperatures are rising. We're getting temperatures of about 26 degrees Celsius, but they feel a lot warmer than that. I know the rest of Europe are going through a heat wave right now, so we're not getting it that bad, which is unusual. Usually it hits us very badly. But anyway, thank God for that. Next one I've got is, let me see, I don't want to do the stars for now. Okay, so this is the Patchwork Cuddle Bear. He is so cute. You can find this pattern from my shop. I love him so much, basically because he's so colorful. I know you cannot see there because the printout I did is in black and white. But I've progressed a little bit on this one. What I didn't mention was about the rainbow temperature. Sorry about that. So the rainbow temperature, I've stitched 8,449 stitches out of 20,329, which brings me to 41.56%. So that's not too bad, but still I've fallen back on that one. And this one, the Patchwork Cuddle Bear, is worked on 14 count Aida in a pale blue color. And this is where I'm at. Here we go. He's getting more work. I did some work on him, but not that much. I need to continue working on that one too. So that is made up of 33,000 stitches, and I've worked in only 2,104, which brings me to 6.38%. I love this pattern. I need to. Probably the one thing that I am not reaching out so much for it is the material. The material is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I got this from a local fabric shop. I found the Aida there, laying there, and I was like, that's weird. I don't usually get Aida in those big rolls of fabric. And I thought, that's a very nice color. The problem with it is the material is very floppy. So I prefer to work on a little bit of harder materials. I know they do get softer while you're working on them, but this happened to be soft immediately. It's a pleasure to touch, don't get me wrong, but it's probably a little bit too soft for me. And that's the reason I might not be reaching out too much for that. Okay, the next one I've got is Little Acorns by the Modern Embroidery. I love this pattern. I really love it, but I haven't been working on it that much. Sorry, the seller is Modern Folk Embroidery. I said that wrong. It's a, let me show you the design. That's the picture. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love the saying on it, which goes, large streams from little fountains flow. How cute is that? And my favorite, tall oaks from little acorns grow. So beautiful, isn't it? I don't know, I find that so nice. Now this is a monochromatic one, which is fun to have, and I have been enjoying doing this, but something else have come up which has derailed me completely. And the color, I'm working this on a vintage sort of Aida. I don't know how to explain this. I think you can see it actually. It's like, it's got like a shadow. I don't know how to explain that. But anyway, I'm still doing the outer frame of this pattern. And this is where I'm at. Still far away. Still doing the frame. Hopefully I won't make a huge mistake. This is worked on 16 count. And I'm using this color, which is such a beautiful rusty reddish orangey color. So beautiful. And the color is number 919 from the DMC. Let me show you the actual. There it is. Isn't that a pretty color? I love it. And it looks really vintagey on that material. And that's the whole idea. That's what I was going for. Now I'm still, this is actually a SAL for 2026, but I haven't been following at all. I'm just going at my pace. All I've done in this project are 738 stitches out of 26,335, which brings me to 2.80%. So that's that. Okay, so the next one is a start, and this is a huge one, and very excited about it, although I had a setback on this one. So let me show you. I'm sure most of you will recognize this as soon as there it is. I'm showing you the empty, just the outer, but this is let me see if I have a picture of I don't think I do. No, I don't. But this is the Tarot Stitchers. Can see the name there. And it is so cute. It is incredibly cute. This is by the Tiny Modernist. I love her designs. They're so pretty and so easy to stitch. And it's a very big project, this one. Now, this, obviously you start with the frame, right? And that's what I did. But I miscounted twice, so I had to frog it many times, at least twice. And it was driving me crazy, but I thought this isn't going to stop me. And finally I got it all right. So now I'm nearly ready from I don't know if there it is. It's a huge project. The frame is all done. I just need to finish the crosses because some of it is still in half cross. And I'm working it on this white Ida with like those shadowy gray, like clouds, I don't know what you call it. But I love the material, I love the size of it, I like the pattern, how it is. It's a gorgeous pattern. And now the fun starts with this one, because before that it was driving me crazy. At one point I nearly did a piece of the top, the whole side, and as soon as I was getting close to the bottom, I thought this isn't gonna align with the bottom one that I've just made, and it drove me nuts. And I just put it away and I said, I'm not gonna frog it, not yet. And when I was up to it, then I frogged it. That was the first time. The second time it wasn't that much of a frog that I needed to do, but still, it drives me crazy when I need to frog that much. But I'm finding that with these patterns where you have a frame, it's so easy to miscount, so easy. And the way I do it is that I stitch in the Danish method. So basically you do the first leg all the way, and then you go back and do the complete cross stitch. Now, in something like this, what I like to do to help myself count better is that at every 10 stitches, I do the full cross, so that I know that's 10 stitches. And then I do another 10 and do the full cross at the 10th stitch, and so on. So I thought that would completely prevent me from doing mistakes and counting. But I still did mistakes. It's so easy, and I was so focused when I was doing this piece. I wasn't like watching TV or anything like the sorts. But still, that shows you how much it's important to count and recount in cross stitch. So easy to make a mistake. So the next start was related to Mandala May. I didn't go much far with this one. This is the Majestic Lion Mandala, which is a full coverage, and it's in my Etsy shop. I love this one very, very much. It's very colorful, although obviously the print is black and white, so you cannot see the colors. What I shall try and do is put up a picture of it. I still have to learn how to attach pictures, so if I don't manage, I'm sorry. But you can find it in my shop and you can see the beautiful colors. And you can see the huge amount of thread this pattern has. A big amount of threads. And I'm working this on white Aida, obviously because it's full coverage, there's no point in experimenting with different materials. And I'm working it on 16 count. It's a pretty big design, and this is where I'm at. That's the start. So I haven't done much. All I did was 233 stitches out of 90,000 stitches, which brings me to 0.26%. That's very little, but at least we started. At least we started. There it is. That's my Majestic line mandala. I'm enjoying stitching it very much, but I'm still far off. Hopefully we'll get some progress on that during this month. And the next piece I'm gonna mention is the star piece for today's FlossTube. And this is a stamped cross stitch, which is fairly new to me. I did stamped cross stitches, but not like this one. Usually the ones I did were 11 count, and they were literally super easy, just as a break and to relieve me from counting, you know, when you need an easy stitch, you know what I mean. And when I saw this on one of the FlossTubers, her name is, let me mention her. Oh yeah, Crafting by Defaults. Hi Natalie. You have been my enabler, and yeah, I had to get this. She makes it look, you have to go to her channel. She makes stitching on the stamped cross stitches kits so relaxing that I thought I have to try this. And I bought it, of course. And this is probably one of my biggest, is that, oh, sorry, upside down. Probably one of my biggest projects. The actual design is 173 centimeters by 37 centimeters. So it's very, very long, but not too high. So it's manageable to stitch, especially given that I stitch in hand. Some other stamped stitches, I have one huge one of Peter Rabbit under the street lights. I had shown you that. I've not worked on that one for quite some time. It's huge, but it's huge, like it's very tall and very wide. So stitching it is a challenge. I'm getting there, but it's a huge challenge. This one is a lot easier. And I'm not going to unroll it all. So as you can see, why do I keep showing my stuff upside down? Sorry about that. Here we go. So that's it. I bought this from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. I will leave a link down below. And as you can see, I have worked over this side, because what I'm doing is I'm moving this way, and the plan is, let me roll this bit so I can explain. the plan is to, as soon as I finish up to 40, up to here, I will do the back stitch for that bit as well, because this is pretty heavy on back stitching as well. But it looks like enjoyable back stitch because it literally brings the houses alive. Now, some people call this the European town, others call it the Victorian village, which I love the name. Anyway, they're all referring to the same kit, and I'm so enjoying this stitch. I've been reaching out for this every evening. I'm loving it, and this is the reason why I haven't been stitching much on the other ones. Now, I know that some people frown upon stamped kits, but I don't see why, because these come just as nice as the counted cross stitch, with less pressure and less hassle and less worry that you've counted wrong. I love my counted cross stitches, but I must admit I'm really loving these, really loving them. So thank you, Natalie, from the Crafting by the Falls, and I suggest you go and watch her. And with this, I have enabled some of my local friends as well. I'm gonna say hello to Sarah. She's waiting for hers as well, and hopefully she will be starting this one too. So there's a number of cross stitchers out there that are stitching on this particular project right now, and that makes it, I don't know, it makes it more fun, makes it more, it's nice to see other people's progress, and you match yours to theirs. It's a lot of fun, I must say. And the last project I'm going to talk about is from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch as well, and it's a stamped piece as well. This I've shown before. It's one of my favorites and one of my cutest. It's the cute butt from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. Isn't that cute? This is on 16 count, and I'm enjoying this. I'm stitching this as a stitch along. I'm filming the stitching I do on this one, so if you want to join me, go ahead. I will link my video. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. Obviously, I cannot tell you how much I've done on this one because it's not on Pattern Keeper, but his ears, so I mean, look at the colors, so cute. I've done a little bit of the bottom parts. As you can see, I've heard some of the stamped cross stitchers pick a color and they run with it all over. I can't do that. I admire that, but I can't do that. I just decide I feel like working on a particular symbol and a particular color, and I just go with it. Doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the project, doesn't matter if it's at the top. But that only works for me on small projects, obviously. Like the European town, I can't do that because I'm working literally vertical bits by vertical bits as I unroll it and move my way, so I can't do that, obviously. But I still choose the color I want to work with on a particular day, according to the mood, I guess. And that's how I stitch. So this I'm going to continue stitching with stitch alongs on my channel. So if you want to join me and grab this pattern, it's not humongous, it's not a big pattern, and it's a lot of fun, and it's so incredibly cute. Okay, so I think that's all I had for you today. That's my latest developments. That's it, I guess. I don't have any more news. Hope you are doing well. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed my content, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. Leave me your comments, let me know what you think, and until the next stitch, thank you and bye bye.